Stream.
You should have the live stream connection now.
The end, basically how it's going to work when we get to the question and answer portion. Thank you. To the question and answer portion, I'll probably ask you guys in order to choose a number between 1 and 8. And the number that you choose is the question that you would get, okay?
Okay.
Got you. I'm really proud of y'all. I'm so proud of y'all. We got 15 minutes, so you guys, just relax, calm your nerves. Whatever, the judges should be joining very soon. So we're going to be good. Do I have everybody up here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Yeah.
Too loud. And then we will unlock everybody as they go.
Did I know?
You see what I'm saying? You already lock and then you can present each person the challenges when your judges give you them how you think it's going to grow. And you're going to have to move
to be able to see them.
To see whoever is acting. One thing about it, automatically promotes based on who's talking.
I'm talking.
Right. So you saw how that actually.
So if I got everybody on mute, is there any way I can just put the contestants down there?
Oh, it's going to join them.
It's going to mix them up.
But it's going to mix them up on the end. See how it's going, like you see where everybody is. And when they come in, go down. Push this little L right here. Right here.
Can you guys hear me now? Yeah, but you're on.
But like everything's going good with me though, cause things really going nice. Yeah, man. I was up here for I was up there for like 3 weeks.
Amber Johnson.
It went by quick. I was just like, well, I might when I first got up here, like around Memorial Day, I was just like, well,
Amber, say something, please.
into my mom's birthday, which was the 11th. So,
Yes. Can everybody mute their phone except for Amber, please? I hear someone
but
conversation.
I was working from home that whole time, so it was a bunch of shit happened at work while I was up in Harrisburg. It was wild. Like we don't have our old manager who wasn't really doing. He never really successfully managed any projects at all. He we ended up brushing him out.
That's all right. I'm about to mute everybody.
Come on, Fro.
Miss Mallard.
Sorry, I had to do a little quick change real quick.
Tell them. Yeah. No, not now. Yeah, we heard the whole thing. Yeah, we heard it. Guys, are you ready? I'm so excited for you guys. I really am. The time is here. You guys worked hard. It's your time to shine. Amber, can you say something for me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfect.
Okay,
Awesome.
good.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. So guys, remember when it comes on, and we hear, when our faces are being shown and we hear get down on it, let's jam. Y'all heard the music earlier, correct?
Yes.
7 to 8 minutes to showtime, you guys. It's all and it's like, hey, this day is all about you guys. It's all about you. I'm gonna test something. I'm gonna test something right quick to make sure that you guys can see some things, okay?
Okay.
Got it. All right, so we're gonna share content here. We're going to change this to video. We're gonna share this PowerPoint. And we need to move this PowerPoint over here. A slideshow from the beginning. Can y'all see the big screen with the flyer? All right.
Stuff.
You see what now?
Like I see like all your like editing tools. It doesn't look like big. Like I can see you moving your mouse and like the timer and all that.
What do you see now?
Same thing.
Just a heads up, people said they can see it.
Got it. I got it. Let's try it this way. Stop sharing. Let's go back to share. Share content. I've already changed that, so that's correct. If I'm gonna have to show this on screen too. So now, let's see from the beginning. What do you guys see now?
Okay, now
I see the flyer.
Got you. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna test the volume right quick as well, okay?
Okay.
On one of the videos that's doing an opening number for you guys. I don't say video. Tell me if you can hear this, okay? Can you hear it?
sir.
That's all we need to know. We are ready to rock and roll. 5 minutes. Yeah, we got that. Mr. Jennings, a quick question. When it's small like this, how can I, where's the button? Oh, I'm way over here. To mute myself.
Remember I told you, once you start sharing, you gotta move up. You cursor up. You're sharing now, right?
Yep. Right.
Playing. Where you at? Once he's playing, that's okay. It should still go. No, move this. Move this.
Move what? How much?
Right. No, that's it right there.
But remember, this may be on this page.
Go to participant. See if you see yourself up there. Just real quick. You're done right there. Yeah. See if you can make it bigger.
That's what I asked. Yeah.
It's me, I'm trying. Look, I can't do. That's good. How do you yourself? Because you can't see yourself down there, right? You can move everybody there. That's how you look. There's always one thing you don't freaking test. I don't even see it because it's on. I don't see the WebEx envelope. Way down. Oh.
I just stopped sharing.
See, it's coming up there without a problem because if you press down, press up, go on.
I don't know.
There it goes. It's there. See, there goes a panel right there.
Hey, soul brother number one.
Miss Burnett Tyler, how are you, boss lady? Miss Burnett Tyler, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm sorry. I had my mute on. I apologize. Yes.
Gotcha. Oh, you excited? We got 1 minute and 6 time.
I'm excited looking at you, sir.
Miss Regina, it's been so long since I've seen you.
I know. How are you? That's good. Hey. How are you?
Good.
You didn't realize that's who it was.
Long overdue for a talk.
It is long overdue. We must catch up.
Yes, ma'am.
What's that line dance music, Mr. Perry? We're supposed to be
jamming, right?
jamming on the one. With the disco era.
Get that thing.
What you gonna do? Do you wanna get down? What you gonna do? You wanna get down? What you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me. Come on. How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up. Tell me. How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up. I heard all the music. Get down on it. Come on, man. Get down on it. If you really want it. Get down on it. You gotta feel it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Come on, man. Get down on it. Baby, baby. Get down on it. Get on it. Get down on it. I say get on it. What you gonna do? You gotta get on the groove. If you want your body to move, tell me, baby. How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall, get your back up. Tell me. How you gonna do it if you really wanna take a chance? By standing on the wall, get your back up. 'Cause I heard all the music. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. When you're dancing, get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. What you gonna do? Do you wanna get down? What you gonna do? Get your back up. Come on.
Come on, we gotta do the bump. We gotta do the bump.
Come on, man. You really want it. Get down on it. You gotta feel it. Get down on it. Get down. Come on, man. Get down on it. Baby, baby.
Y'all look so beautiful.
Thank you.
Get your back up. Tell me, baby, how you gonna do it if you really won't take a chance? By standing on the wall, get your back up. Listen, baby, you know it. When you're dancing, yeah, you show it.
I wanted y'all told you we jamming. We jamming right now. We getting ready to start this old train right on up, okay? Come on in here.
Get down. Get down. Come on, baby. Get on there.
Started a few minutes. Oh, Regina, we got the bounce. We got the bounce. We got Woo!
I know you're hot in that throat.
You asking me? So that everyone can be seen. Every single oh, they don't have heat in there. Get down on it, get down on it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is about 7:05 and we are about to get started. Still waiting on a couple more people to come on in. Welcome, Trojan family. It's time to get ready to crown the new Mr. and Miss Virginia State University. All right. All right. It is time to get started. Here we go. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to formally welcome you to the first virtual Miss and Mr. Virginia State University pageant. And it's virtual. So let's go. Contestants, can I get a wave? We have 6 contestants. We're going to introduce them and they're going to give their intro very, very, very soon. Judges, can I get a little wave from you? Yes, yes. Hey, hey, hey. We're going to introduce you guys as well. We're going to start off. We have Miss Regina Barnett Tyler, which is the interim associate vice president for student success and engagement. And she's just going to have a couple of words for you. Miss Regina, where did she go? Oh, I see her.
Give it up.
Here we go.
Evening, everyone. It's so good to see you all, and you look fabulous as always. I just want to say thank you. You all are breaking history. I know this has been really challenging for everyone, but you all are the first Virginia State University Mr. and Miss VSU virtual pageant Never in the history of VSU have we had this. Kudos to Mr. Perry for his vision and putting this all together. Yes, Mr. Don Cornelius himself. And and I just want to wish you all the best of luck. I certainly appreciate your efforts and your creativity and everything that you've done. And I hope and I look forward to seeing you guys when you come back in fall. So good luck to everybody.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Boss Lady. You guys, of course, let's get started. You know, this is Soul Train, love, peace, soul, and health. Stay okay. And that's what we're doing. My name tonight is Casey Cornelius. I am Don Cornelius' cousin. And it's good to have y'all here. So let's get this thing started like it should. Tonight we have our contestants. We have 6 contestants, 3 for Mr. Virginia State University and 3 for Miss Virginia State University. Contestant number 1 is Asia Burnside. Contestant number 2, Taiwan Davis. Contestant number 3, Lucinda Conte. Contestant number 4, Anthony Frazier. Contestant number 5, Amber Johnson. And contestant number 6, Jared Wimberly. These are the Royal Court positions for the 2020-2021 school year. Our judges for this wonderful evening, we have Miss Felicia Turner, which is judge number 1. She's the coordinator for accreditation for the College of Business at Virginia State University. Judge number 2, Mr. Alonzo Anderson. He's a university instructor in the biology department at Virginia State University. Judge number 3, we have an alum and the 89th Miss Virginia State University, Deshonda Haywood White. And of course, he's an alum of Virginia State University. Judge number 4, we have Perry Evans. He's the event manager for conference services at Virginia State University and a host of many more titles. We also have number 5, Ms. Katitra Mallett. She's the assistant director of student activities at Syracuse University. She's a former employee of Virginia State University, and she's also a known pageant coach in the region. Glad to have you guys tonight. Let's get down to it. We're going to open up with a selection from Mr. Isaiah Matthews, VSU student, Children Activities Board, Panic 2000 and Phi Mu Alpha.
Everywhere that I go, everywhere that I be, you are not surrounding me with your energy. I don't wanna be there, don't wanna be anywhere, any place that I can feel you. I just wanna be near you. Yes, I'm a mess, but I'm blessed to be stuck with you. Sometimes it gets unhealthy. We can't be by ourselves. We always need each other. And yes, I'm a mess, but I'm blessed to be stuck with you. I just want you to know that if I could, I swear I'd go back, make everything all better. insecurities. I know you're feeling me, and I know sometimes I do wrong, but hear the words of this song. When I'm gone, I don't stay gone for long. You know what's going on. And yes, I'm a mess, but I'm blessed to be stuck with you. Sometimes it gets unhealthy. We can't be by ourselves. We always need each other. And yes, I'm a mess, but I'm blessed to be stuck with you. I just want you to know that if I could, I swear I'd go back, make everything all better. Oh, yeah. Make everything all better. Just for you, just for us.
Let's give it up for Mr. Isaiah Matthews. All hail, young brother. Moving along. Our first category tonight, you guys, is introduction. Judges, each contestant will greet the Trojan family, friends, and guests with their name, classification, city, state, and contestant number. We will start with our contestant number one, Miss Asia Burnside.
The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. Pablo Picasso. Greetings, friends, family, judges, and to the entire Trojan Nation. My name is Asia Burnside. I'm a senior political science major from the land that sparked a nation, St. Paul, Minnesota, and I aspire to be your 92nd Miss Virginia State University. And tonight, I am your contestant number one.
Thank you. Judges, please score contestant number one, Asia Burnside. Contestant number two, we have Taiwan Davis.
In order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. Greetings. My name is Taiwan Davis, a rising senior chemistry major from Queens, New York, and I am contestant number two.
A 1, 2, here we go.
Judges, please score contestant number two, Taiwan Davis. Contestant number three, we have Lucinda Conte.
A loyal daughter, true to the orange and blue, highly esteemed since 1882. Greetings and humble salutations. I am Lucinda K. Conte, a rising senior, business management major, hailing from the Garden State, Ewing, New Jersey, and I am your contestant number three.
Thank you. Judges, please score contestant number three, Lucinda Conte. Contestant number four, we have Anthony Frazier.
Greetings, family, friends, faculty members, honorary judges, and my fellow Trojans. I am Anthony Frazier, a rising senior, mass communications major, hailing from the city of champions, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You can't put a price on excellence, so know your worth, then add tax. I am your contestant number four.
Awesome. Judges, please score contestant number four, Anthony Frazier. Contestant number five, Amber Johnson.
There's more to the crown than meets the eye. Illumination to elevate, community inclusion, and honoring history. I am Amber Johnson, a senior music major from Fredericksburg, Virginia, and I am your contestant number five.
Judges, please score contestant number five, Amber Johnson. Contestant number six, Jared Wimberly.
Don't downgrade your dreams to fit your reality. Upgrade your conviction to match your destiny. Greetings, I am Jared Wembley. I am a senior mass communications major from the Silk City of Paterson, New Jersey. I am contestant number 6.
Thank you. Judges, please score contestant number 6, Jared Wimberly. That is the conclusion of our introduction section. We're going to move right along to our second category, which is oratory. Judges, the contestants will respond to the question below. Reflecting where we are as a country, how does your role as Mr. or Miss Virginia State University impact the social relevant issues in the Black community? We have contestant number 1, oratory, Asia Burnside.
The song says, one day when the glory comes, it'll be ours. And I know it will. But until then, am I an angry Black woman? Is it wrong for me to want our Black children to receive quality education or to speak up when they don't? Is it too much to ask for our humanity to be respected? That our communities be provided with just as many resources and opportunities as others? Is it okay for my life to matter before the trigger is pulled, before they choke us to death, before they mass incarcerate us, before they decide what my life will look like based on the color of my skin? Is it okay for my life to matter before I have to go into the street and hold another sign of another mother, a sister, brother, daughter, father is murdered? Does that make me an angry Black woman because I no longer want to see my community experience this pain? I am an angry woman that is Black, but I am not an angry Black woman. If I speak out on the injustices I see every day that everyone seems to ignore, am I stirring the pot? Shall I just sit and only speak when spoken to? Should I just accept the status quo as if it is my destiny? These times that we are facing are hard, confusing, but we will never be defeated. We are a resilient group of people, and as the 92nd Miss Virginia State University, I have a commitment to use my platform to speak out on the injustices we experience every single day. I will use my platform to bring us together, to organize so we can act together with a plan. I have a promise to my entire VSU community that I will love us through it all. I will strengthen us through it all. Because as a queen, it's my job that even when it gets tough, that I'm still the face that can hold her head up high and encourage the rest of her community to keep on going.
Awesome. Judges, please score contestant number 1. Contestant number 2, Taiwan Davis, oratory.
Don't shoot! Hands up, don't shoot! Hands up!
We live in a time of uncertainty, unrest, and injustice. It is imperative that we put systems into place that serve as catalysts during these trying times. We will no longer stand for injustice, racial discrimination, or prejudice. All these things that we've been enduring for so many years. We must do something to change our circumstances, and that time is now. Furthermore, the position of Mr. Virginia State University could serve as a platform to be a positive role model for those younger than I, so that they may be inspired to reach new heights and achieve their goals. Another example would be using my platform to set about creating reformative bills and acts to better the populations of African Americans and LGBTQIA members within our local community. By this, I mean hosting events that tackle education and social issues within these communities. It would also be a great opportunity to collaborate with the illustrious kings and queens of other institutions so that we may achieve this not only on the local level, but a state and federal level. Thank you.
Judges, please score contestant number 2. Contestant number 3, Lucinda Conte, oratory.
I was born with 2 strikes against me, being black and being female. My beauty does not belong to me. I am seen as less than. To be born black and a woman, you are immediately backed into a corner. Don't be too loud. Don't be too provocative. Make sure your hair looks presentable. Don't fall into the stereotype. Don't you dare threaten a brother's ego. Don't be a mad black woman. Wear your hair natural. That hair ain't yours. Your hair is nappy. You're pretty for a black girl. We cannot breathe. The purpose of a platform is to use it in times when the people that you represent look up to you. Queen, not only is it your duty to speak up against this injustice, take action as well. What is the purpose of an HBCU? To educate, protect, and bring up the black youth. And as HBCU leaders, we must lead, organize, and inspire change. By actively showing up in our community and participating in and organizing protests, I am more than just a face. And I will not be a bystander to the outcries of my community. As a black woman, we are often left out of the conversation and our efforts are constantly diminished. Now is the time to change that narrative, and it starts with me. As the Infinite 92nd, I will lead this campus and our community on the front lines against injustice by any means necessary. We will show up and show out to represent our beloved institution that has molded me into the woman that I am today. I am a proud HBCU student and an even prouder educated black woman. Change will come at a cost. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, and yet she carries it as if it was a feather. We carry the weight of the world on our shoulders, and like Maya Angelou said, still, we rise, and we will never be less than.
Amazing. Judges, please score contestant number 3. Hope you guys are enjoying the show out there. Next up, contestant number 4, Anthony Frazier, oratory.
Give us the ballot, and we will no longer plead to the federal government for passage of an anti-lynching law. We will, by the power of our own vote, write the law on the statute books of the South and bring an end to the dastardly acts of the hooded perpetrators of violence. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., May 17th, 1957. These words were proudly spoken 63 years ago, and yet on February 26, 2020, the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act was only just passed. Robert Fuller, Dominique Alexander, Malcolm Harsh, T. Gully. Within the last 3 weeks, 4 of our brothers and sisters, including a former Virginia State University student, were lynched with police brutality, mass incarceration, and now even lynching being a recurrent issue within our country. It is imperative it is imperative that action is taken and for leadership to arise. As this role as Mr. Virginia State University, it is imperative to take action. At this crucial time in our country, every level of leadership is needed. As Mr. Virginia State University, I will be representing a collective of educated, creative, and ambitious Black minds. This would allow me to promote voter literacy and address the dire mental health crisis of our community. So know your worth, then add tax. It is time to demand better. Thank you.
Awesome. Judges, please score contestant number 4. Contestant number 5, we have Amber Johnson, oratory.
It is in the posture of being on the floor, being seated, being grounded, kneeling, bowing, and sitting with the issues of the hearts of the people you are leading. It is in seeing that you are equal, if not less, than your community and your people. And it is in community that you see the fellowship of others, the fellowship and the coming together of like-minded people, like spirits as you, coming together in strength. But in community, you must first see unity. And unity is the joining and uniting as a whole. And when I say as a whole, I mean you cannot bring half of yourself. You cannot bring a quarter of yourself. You must bring all of you. You must have whole individuals leading and following, because in order to be the head of leadership, you are bearing the fruit as the face through your lips, through your eyes, of what goes on inside the head, of what goes on behind the head and around the head. So if you want to know how you lead and if your leadership is effective, you will find that in the people you are leading. If their issues and their answers are left blank and empty, then you are failing as a leader. And so you may ask, what does Amber Johnson have to bring to Virginia State as the face of the leadership head? And I say nothing but to lead you to my inspiration. My inspiration is God. I do not believe that you should be inspired by me as a leader. However, I do believe that it is my assignment to point you to God, who is the solution.
Awesome. Please score contestant number 5. Contestant number 6, Jared Wimberly, oratory.
Enough is enough, is what I keep hearing. But when will enough be enough? When will our voices be heard? Trayvon Martin, Eric Gardner, Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland, George Floyd, their voices were not heard. We have been fighting injustices that have impacted our Black communities with degradation for decades. For years, specifically these past few weeks, Black Lives Matter has resonated and echoed throughout the land of the free. Land of the free. The words Black Lives Matter should not have to be bellowed in our streets if we lived in a world that is socially just. However, social injustices continue to prevail, and our voices need to be heard. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Our black communities are faced with issues such as racism, inequality, and police brutality. But most prevalent is the senseless killings of our black brothers and sisters by law enforcement. We need to demote racism. But how do we dismantle the dynamics of structural racism, systemic racism, institutional racism, and individual racism? We promote racial equity and vote. VSU, we must work collectively with organizations and community leaders and create a unified voice to tackle relevant issues. As Mr. Virginia State University, I will utilize my platform of power, promoting opportunities with equitable resources. I would encourage my fellow Trojans to promote our 5-year strategic plan so that we as students can leave our great institution of higher learning prepared to confront these issues that has plagued our black communities. Blacks in America make up 13.4% of the US population. With recent protests, this has put racism, politics, and companies on notice. And now we have the attention of the world. So let's mobilize and put forth strategies so history does not continue to repeat itself. We, the black community, we, VSU, have the power to fight injustices and stand up for justice. As Mr. VSU, it will be my responsibility to make sure we as a Trojan family stay vocal. On May 25th, 2020, George Floyd stated, "I can't breathe." VSU, I'm here to tell you that we can still breathe, and therefore we must fight for the injustices in America. We are loyal sons and daughters true to orange and blue. It is our responsibility to stand strong and speak out, because enough is enough. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, enough is enough. Judges, please score contestant number 6. Ladies and gentlemen, Trojan family, before we move to the talent portion of tonight, please prepare your eyes and your ears for the vocal talents of Vernicia Williams, VSU alumna, VSU GC Sigma Alpha Iota.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, just like that river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. Oh, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the skies. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. I go to the movies and I go downtown, but somebody keep on telling me, don't you hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me, please. But he whines
Listen, Rhodesia Williams. Okay. A change is going. Listen, ma'am. Okay.
Coming. That change is coming.
It's coming. It's on the way. It's on the way. And we see it. You hear me? And we see it. Ma'am, you sung. That's what I'm talking about. Change is gonna come. That's Rhodesia Williams. You hear me? Give it up to VSUGC in here. Praise the Lord. Moving on. Audience, friends, Trojan family. We are now moving into the talent portion for tonight. Judges, each contestant will showcase their talent of choice to the Trojan families, friends, and guests. Our first contestant number one, Asia Burnside. Story time.
Tonight, I would like to tell you all a story about me and one of my best friends, my grandfather. Me and my grandfather, we were as thick as thieves. He was the person that I'd always want to call after my day at school, no matter what happened. I would invite him to my basketball games, and after my games, he'd always say, "You done good, kid." And I'd say, "Why, thank you, old man." He loved to read. He always told everyone, "You always need to have a book in your back pocket." And this is the one he always carried in his. There's so much I learned from my grandfather. He literally changed my life forever. On June 21st of 2015, I lost my best friend to cancer. This broke my heart. He was one of the greatest people I'd ever known. He wasn't perfect. He lived nowhere near a perfect life. But he was the perfect friend to me. But it wasn't until after he died that I realized that I impacted his life. After he died, there was a few things that I gathered in a box from his apartment. And one of those things was his wallet. I had looked at his wallet a million times, but it wasn't until after he died that I found this picture that I gave him a long time ago. My grandfather wasn't lovey-dovey, so when I saw this, I was like, whoa. But another thing he kept that I gave him was this placemat that I had made in like kindergarten, and he kept it all this time. But when I found these things, that's when I realized that I made an impact on his life too. It was so hard when I lost him. He was one of those people that you could just be yourself around, and he was himself around me. But when I found these things, I realized that to change the world, just to change somebody else's life, all you have to do is be you. And I did that with him. And so if you're wondering how you can change the world next, or how you can impact somebody's life, all you have to do is be you.
Wow, thank you, Asia. Judges, please score contestant number one for talent. Contestant number two, Taiwan Davis, talent, acting.
Yo, hey, Sonny's gone, man. What? Yo, somebody took him, man. Somebody. Somebody took him. Nah, this shit is real, B. They came around, they dropped off a note, man, asking for money, man. Who? Look, they want $500,000 and they gonna kill him or something. That's what they said, man. $500,000? Only got 120,000 on me right now. Cash. Hey, I need that connect, man. I need to get these keys, man, so I can get this money for Sonny's ransom, B.
Yeah, listen, slow down a second, man. You know what I mean? I got you. You know, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
You joking, man.
They fucking jerked him, man. He sent me his finger in the envelope, man. All bloody and shit. I don't know what to do, A. I don't, man. I feel naked out here, B. Thinking about it, they got Sonny. In some abandoned building. In some basement. Just fucking bleeding, man. He's dying, man. They're killing my little man, B. I'm about to be on some real muddy, hey. I'm telling you, man. Anybody that ever looked at me wrong owes me money, or they said any jealous bullshit about me is fucking dead. You understand what the fuck I'm saying, eh? They're dead, man. I don't give a fuck about nothing, man. But I need my little man back, B. I need him back, man. I'm dead out here, man. I can't be.
Wow. Thank you. Judges, please score contestant number 2 for talent. Our Trojan student have talents above their own knowledge. That was awesome. That was awesome. Moving on. Contestant number 3, Lucinda Conte, talent dancing.
I fought for you the hardest. It made me the strongest. So tell me your secrets. I just can't stand to see you leaving. But heaven couldn't wait for you. No, heaven couldn't wait for you. Heaven couldn't wait for you. No, heaven couldn't wait for you. So go on, go home. We laughed at the darkness, so scared that we lost it. We stood on the ceilings. You showed me love was all you needed. Heaven couldn't wait for you. Heaven couldn't wait for you. Oh, heaven couldn't wait for you. No, heaven couldn't wait for you. No, heaven couldn't wait for you.
Please score contestant number 3, Lucinda Conte. Greatness, greatness. Contestant number 4, Anthony Frazier. Talent, poetry.
I was only a kid, but God's words affected me. I've always wanted to stand out. I've always believed that God sent me for a purpose. I am figuring out what my purpose is in life. I'm learning that my voice is a weapon to inspire and to influence. Having a voice means having a choice. With the choice comes with the opportunity. It is more than just noise and just standing for something instead. I never thought it could be cold and windy. I carry the weight of my followers, so I pray more. I remember so bad when I wanted to be inspired. I played sports and hung with the wrong crowds. I took my bruises and I took my lumps and I fell down and I got right back up. I'd rather people not see the mess of me, but the best of me. I want to change this generation and bring change to the culture that says no one can make it. You are not average. You are not less than. You are God's creation. So that makes you beautiful and everyone in it. There is no price. There is no power in their points. In our hearts, we are all broken, but no one admits it. We're all scared of the world, but we don't know what we're facing. We're all here by chance, so you really can't lose. While everyone is trying to find a method that's greater, true help only comes from our Creator. We show the good, but never the bad. Just show the happy, never the sad. Remember that you matter, taking your sins and giving you grace. Don't grow up bitter, someone needs you. You can be the change, and you can start a movement. It just starts with love. I'll admit that I was lost back then, but I have found myself. When you try to take someone else's life, it will be stopping you too. But inside, he's broken by the pain that he feels. So he just hurts others before they can hurt him. The heart of our problem is a problem of our heart. Our heart and our transforming and cleaning from Christ. Our hearts need transforming and cleansing from Christ. I'm loved as God's child. Remember that you matter. Stay true to being you, because in your weakness, God's glory will shine through you.
Awesome, awesome. Judges, please score contestant number 4. You guys, we got some real talent here. I'm really so proud of the contestants to be able to still pull this pageant off and dealing with the global pandemic. You guys are great. It's going to get better. Y'all see, I took my braids out yesterday. What a pageant. Y'all ain't never seen me with my braids out. But yeah, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, hang time. It's all right. All right. That's so good to work at Virginia State University. They don't tell you got to cut your hair. I still look good with. All right. You can be who you are. All right here. Moving on. Contestant number 5. We have Amber Johnson. Talent, singing.
Just a flock of birds hovering above. A flock of birds. That's how you think of love. And I always look up to the sky, pray before the dawn, 'cause they fly always. Sometimes they ride, sometimes they all gone. They fly on. Look up to the sky, pray before dawn, 'cause they fly away. 1 minute they arrive, next you know they're gone. They fly.
You are welcome. Listen, great job. Judges, please score contestant number 5, Amber Johnson. Let's go. Contestant number 6, Jared Wimberly, acting.
Now, class, I know I said that we were going to be talking about the effects of social media in history today, but I thought I'd take the time to talk to you about some things that are going on in today's world. We are in a time where you're guilty for your skin color, meaning no matter of how nice of a person you are, how considerate you are for everyone on this planet, it still doesn't matter. You are still guilty. Guilty of what? Guilty of being a murderer, guilty of being a rapist, guilty of being a thief, guilty of doing something that you might have never thought of. I know some of you are wondering, how? How is this possible? How are we allowed to be, made a person that we are not? How are we guilty for something that we didn't do? Well, this is a product of social oppression. Social oppression comes from when one race thinks they are better than another. They find a loophole in society and they twist it to their benefit until they are seen to the superior race. Remember earlier in the year when we talked about the Nazis and how they try to take over Europe? Well, this is very similar. This is a rare time in American history where you have a chance to change the perspective of millions. Class, do you remember the time when Dwayne fell asleep because he was tired of hearing about boring history? Yeah. Well, now it is time to make your own history. Show the world what you are capable of. Don't give them a reason to continue to treat us like we are weak and incompetent. This subject is not curriculum, but it is demanding that you know. Malcolm X said, education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for today. Meaning that knowledge is power. Knowledge is your voice. It takes guts to stop the simulation to form an opinion strong enough to be heard. I don't want my name to be next. I don't want one of your names to be next. Because after a while, who will be left? Systematic oppression can lead to an extinction when things get carried away. It was up to me to let you all know that it's time to change the narrative. Now it is time for your generation to break the cycle.
Awesome. Judges, please score contestant number 6. Contestants, how are we feeling? Can I get a thumbs up? Good. You sharing your content with everyone? Judges, how are we feeling? Thumbs up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move right into the next category, which is formal wear. Judges, each contestant will showcase and model their formal wear of choice to the Trojan family, friends, and guests. All right, put it on and show it off. Starting with contestant number 1, Miss Asia Burnside.
Girl is the angel.
And yes, Miss Aza, you are lovely. That was great. Judges, please score contestant number 1 for formal wear. Contestant number 2, formal wear, Taiwan Davis.
Yo,
Are you ready?
ready for what?
Bro, the World Cup balls tonight. Hello? Taiwan? Hello?
Man, just get in.
Got it. Awesome. So I want to make sure you put your seatbelt on, okay? Practice safety out here as Trojans. Judges, please score contestant number 2. Contestant number 3, Lucinda Conte, formal wear.
Die for the dough. Tell her one, make she wine for the dough. Tell her 9-5 for the no. Tell her die for the no.
Ghana girl say she want marry me yo. I hope say she sabi kuku wache. Hope your love go sweet past the shit up. Baby girl, I say your body na killer oh. Oh, yeah, I beat it tired of your body. Oh, only on your body. That girl for the corner, there's somebody made a call. I'm see the wine, I see fire for her body. And if you follow me, go now, enjoyment go kill 'em. Baby girl, you bad, girl, the way you whine.
Awesome. Happy grooving over here. Come on. Yes, sir. All right. Look great, Lucinda. Contestant number 4, Anthony Frazier, formal wear. Awesome. Thank you, Anthony. That was a good wave right there. Okay. Sturdy. Sturdy, good wave. Sturdy, yes, sir. Moving on, we have contestant number 5 for formal wear, Miss Amber Johnson. Awesome. Yes, ma'am, with the slow-mo. You better enjoy life. Thank you, Amber. Judges, please score contestant number 5 for formal wear. Contestant number 6, formal wear, Jared Wimberly. Judges, please score contestant number 6. Jared, we saw a little Corojo in there, a little cut, little twist. All right. Amazing. You guys, that concludes the formal wear part. We are about to prepare for the question and answer category. Okay, let me get my people back to the screen. Got it. All right, contestants, I'll give you a second to gather your minds. And we're going to go, of course, in contestant order for the question and answer. I will ask you to pick a number between 1 and 8, which will choose your answer for the pageant tonight. We have contestant number 1, Miss Asia Burnside. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am well. How are you feeling on tonight?
I'm feeling good.
Good. Awesome. So are you ready for your question?
It's ready as all for me. Yes.
Please choose a number between 1 and 8.
2, please.
2. What would be your first initiative as Miss Virginia State University?
Thank you for that question. My first initiative that I would put into place is I would like to open back the Oasis. The Oasis was a place that students could go, calm their minds, and just relax and be alone, but be around other people. And sometimes for your mental health, that is necessary. So one thing I would like to do first is open the Oasis back up.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that answer, ma'am.
Thank you.
You like my fro?
I love it. I'm loving it. Give you a little bang, but to the side, a little fro.
All right. I asked President Abdullah, could I take my braids out? He said, take them out, brother, take them out. I said, all right, they out? There it is. Thank you so much, Asia.
Thank you.
Judges, please score Asia on her question and answer. Moving on to contestant number 2, which is Taiwan Davis. Hey, sir, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
I am well. How you feeling?
Feeling good.
All right. Cool. Are you ready for your question?
Yes, sir.
Please choose a number between 1 and 8, and not 2 because it's already been chosen.
I'm gonna go
What was the number? I'm sorry.
the number 4.
Number 4. Question reads, how did the global pandemic affect your preparation for this pageant?
I'll have to say COVID-19 affected me as far as just the availability to reach out to certain individuals. So I had to rely on the people that I know and trust closest to me, like my brother Eddie. He helped me pretty much with all my filming, and then I reached out to some of my other brothers to help with planning and ideas. Also relied on my parents because they know me as well, and they're more mature than me. They had more years on this earth, so I'm always going to trust their decisions if they're going to have the best. But other than that, pretty smooth sailing.
Gotcha. Thank you. And we pray that you are being safe in the pandemic. Thank you so much, sir. All right. Moving on to contestant number 3.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, Lucinda. How are you?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm doing great as well. How do you think the pageant is going so far?
So far, so good. Everybody's been doing an amazing job. Everything looks so well put together. I'm excited.
Awesome, awesome. Are you ready for your question, dear?
Yes, I am.
Got you. Please choose a number between 1 and 8.
Let's go with lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7, all right? Number 7 question reads, if you could give your 13-year-old self advice, what would that advice be?
Thank you for that question. The piece of advice that I would give 13-year-old Lucinda is to keep going. Don't let nothing that nobody's telling you that you can't do stop you from achieving whatever goals you see fit for yourself. Achieve more, do more, and continue to be more than what people expect you to be. Go above and beyond what's expected of you and be infinite, baby girl. Thank you for that question.
No problem, no problem, no problem. So, real quick, do you think I should keep my hair out or braid it back up?
I think we need to throw some braids back in there.
Throw some braids back in there. Okay, all right. Thank you so much, love.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. All right. Moving to contestant number 4, which is Anthony Frazier. Hello, sir. How are you?
Good evening, Mr. Perry. How are you?
I am well, sir. How are you feeling right now? Everything's good?
Yes, sir. I feel like everybody is doing great and everybody did good with the resources that they had.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree. Are you ready for your question, sir? Awesome. Please choose a number between 1 and 8. Number 1. Number 1 reads, how can VSU benefit with you as Mr. Virginia State University?
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. For that, University benefit. If I was to be Mr. Virginia State University, I would promote voter literacy because the people and the fellow Trojans, we have power and address the dire mental health crisis experiences of our community, because we go through a lot of things, just not on campus, but as well as home. So I would promote motivation speakers to come to campus and just to make it a better place.
Awesome. All right, sir. Thank you so much for your answer. Contestant number 5, we have Miss Amber Johnson. Hi, Amber.
Hello. How are you?
I'm well, and yourself?
I'm doing great.
I like your glasses.
Thank you. I feel like you can see the glare though.
No, you're fine.
Apologies.
I was thinking about getting a relaxer so my fro can look like your hair right now.
Yeah.
They used to call me Snoop Dogg back in my day. But we're gonna stay focused. Are you ready for your question, ma'am?
Yes.
Awesome. Please choose a number between 1 and 8.
Let's go with 8.
8. Awesome. If you woke up tomorrow and gain any one superpower, what would it be and why?
Thank you for that question. My superpower would have to be being able to read other people's minds. Yes, that comes with many cons, but I feel like that would allow me to better lead others who maybe don't feel as open to opening up as far as mental health and things like that. So if I'm able to read their mind, I can get a glimpse into what they're struggling with and better help them or connect them to someone to help them.
Got you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'm gonna call you, ask you who your hairstylist is, okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's see here. We're gonna move on to contestant number 6. One second. I'm trying to get to the screen here. All right, Mr. Jared, how are you?
I'm good. How was everything?
Everything is good, sir. You doing all right today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
That's a pretty nice field behind you there, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, all right. Are you ready for your question?
Yes.
Please choose between the numbers 1 and 8.
6.
6. What is one thing you would change about Virginia State University?
Thank you for that question. If I can change one thing about Virginia State University, it would definitely be have more people speaking on mental health awareness. With everything going on right now, especially during this pandemic, it's a lot of people that are suffering from mental health, and some people don't address the problems all the time. You see a lot of people walking around with smiles on their faces, and that doesn't mean everything is okay all the time. So I would definitely bring in more programs for mental health awareness. Thank you for that question.
No problem, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Great questions. The judges, please go ahead and send in your scores and tally them up. This has been amazing. Yes, tonight we're going to find out who will wear the crown. Give a few minutes, the judges doing some wonderful tallies, and I appreciate them of doing this hard task. You had interviews, had essays, we had platforms, we had a whole pageant. You guys have did an amazing job. Amazing, amazing. Gonna wait while they tally this up before we can let you guys know who is going to be the winner, the crown holder. We're getting down to it, y'all. We have to double check these things. Go ahead and get out. Get the jam on. Yeah.
Cause you treat me just like a child. Missing of sunshine, yeah. But with you, I just go right. I wanna push you, baby. I wanna set you. I want you to know baby, Keeping my car. Where you from? You sexy thing, you. I believe in my car. You came along. You sexy thing. Where did you come from, baby? How did you know I needed you? How did you know I needed you so badly? How did you know I'd give my heart gladly? Yesterday was one of those people. Now you're lying close to me, making love to me. You sexy thing, sexy thing. In my car. Since you came along, you sexy thing. Where did you come from, angel? How did you know I need you all? Can they be that close? Just let me stay for the record. We're giving love and a family dose. We are family. We are family. Get up, everybody, sing. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, sing. Living life is fun, and it just begun to get our share.
We're wrapping everything up now, you guys. Our process had to be checked 3 times.
No, we don't get depressed. Here's what we call our golden rule. Have faith in you and the things you do. You won't go wrong. Oh no, this is our family jewel.
This is we good? Y'all ready? I know y'all ready. I know y'all ain't too.
Yeah.
Your love, supernatural thing. Your love, supernatural thing. Oh, thing. Your love, supernatural thing. Oh, thing. Your love, supernatural. You get me, comes to me every time that I squeeze your love, so electrified, so
I got you, Lucinda.
Lord knows I like your love.
Miss Queen, the Shonda. How are you, love?
Good, how are you?
Good. I just wanted to make sure that they understood that the 89th Miss Virginia State University is on this call and is a judge. How are you doing?
Good, blessed.
How
Happy
did
to
the
be here, and I just want to say that everyone did very, very well. I'm proud of all of you all.
Got you. You have any advice for them as a former queen in going into this leadership?
Just be your authentic self, have fun with it, but also make sure that you're taking care of your mental health as well, because things can get hectic in your role as king and queen, and trying to maneuver or figure out your next route in life as a senior. So all in all, just take care of your mental health and have fun with the job.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's give it up for the 89th, everyone. Absolutely. A wonderful queen. Right. We promise we're not stalling. Yeah, it's a lot of numbers. A lot of numbers. So I'm going to announce Mr. and Miss 1882 first, and then go straight into the new Mr. and Miss Virginia State University. All right. I see everyone keeps asking me what hair products do I use. All I use is water. This is the good stuff. All right. They sell it Family Dollar, Dollar General, Walmart. Make sure it's purified. Okay. Don't need all the extra minerals and stuff. But this is me, you guys.
the good and bad, happy and sad. Yeah. Well, the times are good and bad, happy and sad. Why people break up?
All right, it is showtime, ladies and gentlemen.
I just can't see.
So I just want to remind everyone what these guys were judged on. They had a platform, they had interview, they had essay, they had elevator speech. They also had introduction, oratory, talent, formal wear, and question and answer. Okay? And all of these things had different points. These points equaled up to 100 points. So I will read the numbers of what they received or what they earned out of 100 points. Okay? We will start with Mr. Virginia State University, which is the 30th Mr. Virginia State University for the 2020-2021 school year. First runner-up as Mr. 1882, we have contestant number 6, Jared Wimberly, with 83.7 points out of 100. The race was really, really close, you guys. 83.7 points out of 100. Your new Mr. Virginia State University, the 30th Mr. Virginia State University, is contestant number 4, Anthony Frazier, with 88.4 points out of 100. Let's give it up for your 30th Mr. Virginia State University, Anthony Frazier. Moving right along, Miss Virginia State University, which will be your 92nd Miss Virginia State University. First runner-up, and these scores is 2 points in difference out of 100. Second runner-up as Miss 1882, we have Asia Burnside, which 86.5 points out of 100. Ladies and gentlemen, the 92nd Miss Virginia State University, and its infinite, Miss Lucinda Conte, with 88.8 points out of 100. Lucinda, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 92nd Miss Virginia State University. Congratulations, everyone. Lucinda, y'all can come on. Lucinda and Anthony. How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel?
I can't even put into words how I feel right now. Thank you, everybody, so much. Good job to everybody who was a part of it. I'm good. I'm really excited. Thank you.
Love it, enjoy it, and get ready to run your reign. Anthony, are you here? Congratulations, you guys. Enjoy your night. And let's get ready to celebrate. We can't wait to welcome you back to campus. Okay, our 30th and our 92nd is here, you guys. Let's clap it up for them. Let's cheer. Lucinda, you did great. Anthony, you did great. All the contestants did great. We're so proud of you guys. Here it is. Live in your moment. You're the first virtual queen of Virginia State University. Congratulations again. You worked hard. Ladies and gentlemen, we enjoyed you tonight. Make sure you show them some love. Have a wonderful night. Okay? Love, peace, soul, and hell state. Good night.